people, welcome to my channel, Sheena Goss Music. My name is Sheena, and today I have a movement tutorial for you. Yes, that is correct. We are going to be taking, somewhat of a deep dive into a Robert Glasper movement. This entire movement is from a song called Heaven's Here, of course, by Robert Glasper, and we will be going over that today. Now, specifically in this video, I'm going to show you, I'll be honest with you all, I'm a little nervous to share this because this process of how I think of movements is different, but I'm sharing it because my prayer is that it can help someone process musical information more efficiently, okay? Now, before we get into everything, you know the drill. I have, let me clear my throat real quick. Okay, I have a few favors to ask of you. They're all free, doesn't cost you any money. Now, if you could please be so kind as to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and if you have been here before, welcome back. Okay, so the movement. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to use this entire movement or a partial movement as a warm-up, as a way to practice voicings. You can use it as an intro, a passing movement, a substitution, an ending, some different ways that you can experiment or make this movement your own. You can play it backwards. You can change the chord types, which will dictate a different melody. Also, you can repeat certain intervals. You can change the intervals. The options are endless as far as how you can rework this movement. Okay, so let's start with the movement itself. I'm going to slow it down. One more time. Okay, so I'm going to put the formula up on the screen. Now, I know what you're saying, just bear with me. Hear me out. I know you're looking at this saying, all right, Sheena, what is going on here? We got arrows, we got numbers, we got fractions. What's happening here? All right, so let's get into it. So the reason why I like this formula is because it shows me exactly what type of chord I'm going to play, where I'm going to go, and what I'm going to do when I get there. Okay, so let's take the first chord. We start on a minor 9. Now you can see that arrow is pointing down. That first arrow is pointing down and it says fourth. That means we are going to move down a perfect fourth. Perfect fourth from F will take you to C. What am I going to do when I get to C? I'm going to play a minor 7. Now the next arrow says go up a half step. And what am I going to do when I get there? Play a major 7. You guys see where I'm going with this? Next one, I'm going to go down a major 3rd. C sharp is a major 3rd of what? A, that's right. All right, and when I get there, I'm going to play a minor 7 off that A. I'm going to go up a half step again and play a dominant 7. So it's 4. That half step takes me to B flat. Now, the next arrow says I'm going to go down a minor 3rd. B flat is the minor 3rd of what? G. And when I get there, I'm going to play a minor 7. All right, next one, I'm going to go up a half step and play a major 7. A half step up from G is A flat. Now, I am going to go down to D. Now, the relationship between A flat and D is a sharp 5. So, I'm on A flat. If I descend a perfect 5th, that's going to put me on D flat. We're going to get there, but not yet. Perfect 5th from A flat to D flat. A flat to D flat, that's a perfect 5th, but I want to land on D, so I'm going to sharp that 5. So from here, from A flat, I'm going to go down a sharp 5, okay, and play a dominant 7 without the 5th. Now I'm going to go down another half step and play a major 7, again, major 7 without the 5, and now I'm going to go up. Not a perfect 5th, but a flat 5th. It's because if I go up from D flat to A flat, that's a perfect 5th, but I want to end on G. So I'm going to go up a flat 5th and play a minor 7. That is the entire formula. So a way to use this as a warm-up, you can take this through all keys. You could take it through all keys. Now I'm going to experiment. I have not tried G minor yet, starting on G minor. I'm following the formula. I'm going to go up a half step. I'm going to go down. And I'm going to go up a half step. I'm going to go down a minor third. Up a half step. Down. There we go. You all, I promise you, that is the first time that I have done that off of G minor, but all I did was I used that formula that you see on the screen right there. I followed it and I just took it on through. Whatever the interval was, that's where I went. And you could tell because I messed up a little bit because I was still trying to find my way. And forgive me if I'm speaking too fast. I'm excited to share this, and also, like I said earlier, a little nervous. But I hope this helps you. So anyway, you can use this as a warm-up in that way, where whatever chord you end on, that now becomes the chord that you start on, okay? Now you can take this through all keys. You could take this, you can go chromatically, you can do however you like, but you can use this as a warm-up that way. And whatever way you choose to create your own warm-up with this movement. Also, you can use part of the movement as a warm-up as well. Now, the next way you can use this is you can use it to practice a voicing. So I know you see all the different chord types here, but if you have let's say you have a major 7 voicing that you want to learn and say this is it, all right? So we're gonna change every chord to a major 7, all right? Now we're gonna go down, perfect fourth, still major 7. Still major 7, still major 7, still major 7, still major 7, so you can take a voicing that you want to learn and take it through this entire movement and just continue to follow the intervals. You can change the intervals if you like, but this is a good way to expose your ear to different colors, different gradients, different textures, different voicings that you want to learn. Now, as an intro, a passing movement, a substitution, or as an ending, you pretty much take the same approach. So as an intro, if you know that your song is going to start on, let's say, a minor 7, so we see that second chord is a minor 7. If you know that you're going to start on a minor 7, let's just take this. So if you know you're going to start on this chord, all right, you're going to work your way back. So if you know that the F minor 7 is going to be your first chord, what you're going to do is the exact opposite of what it says previously. So now I'm going to end on this minor 7 here. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go up a perfect fourth. Instead of going down, I'm going backwards, and I'm going to play a minor 9, okay? All right, just that simple. You work your way backwards, and I didn't mean it that way, just that simple. However, I do want you all to understand that once you get it, it does get easier, and you can work your way backwards to do this as an intro. You can work your way backwards. As long as you know your starting or your ending point, work your way from there. Begin with the end in mind. That's one of my favorite concepts from one of my favorite books, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I strongly recommend you read it. But anyway, begin with the end in mind and work your way back or forward from there. Now, ways to experiment and make this movement your own. Like I said, you can play it backwards. You could start at the end and play everything backwards. And if it says go up, if the arrow's pointing up, You just go down. So you work your way backwards. Another way is you can change the chord type. We just went over that when we talked about practicing a voicing. You can change the chord types. And what happens when you do that is it dictates a completely different melody. Dictates a completely different melody because now your top note is going to be different. Okay, just play around with this, have fun. I was just noodling around right here. Really didn't, care how it sounded. I'm just playing around. But when you change the chord types, it dictates a different type of melody. Another thing that dictates a different type of melody is when you change keys. I like to think of keys as their own planet. Certain keys, you improvise certain ways. So every single key is going to lend itself to a different color, a different mood, a different feeling. So don't be afraid to explore that. Another way, not the last way, but it's the last way I'm going to address in this video. Another way you can experiment and make this your own is you can repeat an interval. So it says down a perfect fourth, up a half step. If you want to do this entire movement and make all the arrows going up and down major third, you can. You just go through everything in major third. So we start on this minor 9 again. We're going to go down to major third. Major third from here is going to be D flat. We're going to go down to major third. Now let's go up a major third. Well, up a minor third. Okay. Let's go up a major third. Let's go up a major third again. Let's go down a minor third. Okay? Play with the intervals, repeat an interval, do what you like and have fun. And please, write this movement down. Get it in your head, get it in your heart, get it in your hands, so that way you can just call upon it when you are playing a song. The different chords will begin to create cues in your mind as far as to do this entire movement or a certain part of this movement. I would not suggest doing this entire movement as a passing movement because it's so many chords in it. So you can break it up into smaller micro movements. Okay? There was something else I was going to say. I think I covered everything. So, oh yes, my challenge to you is try this approach with something that you want to learn or something that you are learning. So say if you are learning a movement by Brad Mehldau, Aaron Parks, or any one of your favorite composers, if you are learning a movement, create your own formula for it and see how it works. And if it's something that works for you, great. You found a more efficient way for you to process musical information. If it doesn't, great. You've eliminated a way that's not as efficient for you to process musical information. But just promise me that you will try. That is everything that we are going to cover today as far as how this Robert Glasper movement changes everything. And it does if you take the time to really chew on it and get all the juice out of it. All right. As always, it is my pleasure to share videos with you. I pray that it helps someone, maybe 2 people, 3 people, I don't know. I'm praying that it helps a lot of people. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And until the next video, be kind, be well, be blessed, and be safe. Peace.